demolition around the Catholic Hospital. They call that place the Catholic community
Mm-hmm.
in Congo Town. Is one of the trending issues in the country now. Again, the cabinet meeting, which is very important, with about how many days? 27 days to
To the 100 days.
yes, yes. The cabinet meeting, the enforcement of the Small Business Act. We'll talk about that also. And coming up at 8:20, we open the line for you to speak to your leaders up to 8:30 this morning. At 8:30 to 9:15, we will try to speak with the one of the senatorial candidates in the senatorial by-election in Nema County, Nyatwaya.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be our guest live from Nema County via mobile phone, talking about his chances of winning the senatorial by-election, what are his vision for the county, extending way to Yahweh Mesona District in District 9.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes, and at 9:15, we'll bring you sports, entertainment, and commercials here, brought to you proudly by Orange Liberia. 9:20 to 10 o'clock this morning, this enchanted in the Unity Party. Our district coordinators are planning a protest against appointment and nominations. Their team said no monkey work and Babu enjoy. And we'll again part two, urgent need for the president to tour government hospitals and other public health facilities to see conditions for himself. We'll talk about that. 40,000 civil servants to be removed from payroll. These are some of the issues we'll be talking about on the last segment of the show this morning. In the midst of all, country first.
In the midst of all.
Yeah.
He said, beautiful lineup. Yes, this is the breakfast show. What a way to say good morning again. This 8 o'clock. Yes, this is the true breakfast show. Yes, 8:30, right? 8:30 we'll have one of the candidates in the by-election in Nema County. Yan Tuan will be our guest this morning. Yes, let's bring you health tip with David Ernest Coty right here on the True Breakfast Show, Liberia's biggest breakfast show. Let's bring on health tip. This is the best job David Coty is enjoying since leaving government. In fact, his tenure position will end very soon. Let's bring on health tip now with David Ernest Coty. Good morning to you, David Coty.
Good morning to you. Accept the Supreme Court is not active. I tell you, it's for 12 years and there's nothing you can do about it. You know, I was listening to a promo the other day. I thought I was going to be playing this morning, like you always do. This thing about that, you know, you sounded like our man, Jonathan Rapper. You know, this is somebody that I used to admire way back. You know, we had the old boys here.
You mean the former information minister, Jonathan Rapper?
Yes, he was an announcer and newscaster at ELBC.
Okay.
Oh, I admire that man a whole lot. Jonathan Rapper? Yes, he
My,
was a man.
my uncle.
He's your uncle?
Yeah.
Oh, he was your uncle. Okay.
Yeah, you know the team.
Yeah. So is in a family? Just go ahead.
Yeah. No, actually, you sounded just like you reminded me of him.
It just I don't have the kind of hair Raphael had, that kind of curly hair, that blood boy hair.
Right. He was a great guy. Okay. Now, the topic this morning is on the importance of laughter. Find a way to laugh for 10 to 15 minutes every day. You will lose, number one, you will burn 50 calories daily. You will look good and live longer. I know about somebody who is already 70 years old and they don't want to go anywhere right now. They still want to live longer. I don't know who that person is, but you will live longer. When you laugh every day, you will look good. Number three, you will lose you will lower your blood pressure. Laughter is very important. It's good, but lower your blood pressure. The genuine time to laugh is actually 5 to 10 seconds. But you can create your own laughing club and always laugh. Like in my case, I have a laughing club here. I have 10 girls. They come here every time we play, and we laugh at each other. I had a checker boy here. I do have a checker boy here, but I don't allow them to come here anymore because they were giving me a hard time. You can't be a handsome guy coming in my yard and you opening your chest, people looking at your hair. Then you come and people focus on you and that means so nobody play checker. No man. If you're a woman, you can play checker, but not a man. Now, laughter also increases your immunity. It improves your blood flow and so on. So those are the great things about laughter. A whole lot of benefits, but the man said 3 minutes ago I gotta be rushing.
Yeah, but give a drills or something now in the meantime.
But let me just give a news this morning. I'll give a news this morning. Good morning. Our RCI Early Morning News, and I'm David Cote reporting. First, the headlines. O'Neill Rappers, a popular Liberian journalist, has been nominated by His Excellency the President as Deputy Information Minister for Broadcasting. But, I repeat, but the Liberian Senate has advised His Excellency the President not to send any name to them called O'Neill Rappers. They will be dead upon arrival. Because they make a boy a mother every day, so they say your name will throw it in the trash can. So don't even try it here. And just one small joke quickly, during the inauguration, there were two persons who whispered in the president's ear.
Okay.
I think you can remember that. President Sully and former President
George Weah.
Yeah. President Sully was the first. Went to Open Baka and whispered in the ear. My dear brother and friend, I know I didn't support you in the 2 elections, but you are not president. I know you for one thing. You don't keep grudges.
Like Ellen Joseph Boyka.
So when my son died, even though I didn't support you in the first and second, when my son died, you came to sympathize with me.
Okay.
And then during my birthday, you were there just the other day to celebrate with me. So I know you don't keep grudges. So I know the friendship will be on. Yeah, don't worry. I'm already president, so I'll forget all those things. So they laugh about it.
Okay.
Then George Bush one day was pointing, I was sitting at my house listening to the whole thing. Mr. President, you want to take time with me, oh? I can't come back anytime. I said, come back where? You better go. Come back where? To do what? To be president again, you better go. All right. Those are the two. But you don't want laughing.
No, if you are living for comedy, you're going to make it. Yeah, man. Remember this. Yes. We remember this, then you're closing up now. Like friends, you get used to it. And that remember this, then you're closing up.
Yesterday, you read a question by somebody who asked why people fat can smell bad or very bad. And I did a research on that. Now, in the first place, your poo-poo or your fat not supposed to smell like perfume. No. It is a waste that you are letting out. So it's not supposed to smell like perfume. But sometimes your feces or your poo-poo or your gas coming up or your fat have a very bad smell. And that happens because of one or two reasons. Number one, eating certain foods high in sulfur, like broccoli, meat, eggs, and certain vegetables. When you eat certain vegetables, people are sensitive to certain things. They're good for certain people, but not really good for certain people. But that does not mean you're going to stop eating eggs and broccoli. Oh, don't stop, because they are not only nutritional, they are also medicinal. They got nutrition and they got medicine in there that can help your body to go well. Number two, infection in your digestive system. When you have an infection, it can also cause your toilet to smell very bad. And when you also have certain underlying health condition like celiac disease, celiac disease is a chronic digestive disorder. It damages the small intestine. And certain medicines you take also can cause that. I don't know which medicine you would take to cause that, but consult your doctor always. The last one now is gut bacteria. This is why I have always advised you to find a time and visit your doctor. Let him check you. If you have certain problems, he will tell you about it, or she will tell you about it, and you can correct yourself. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, difficulty of our health tip right here on the True Breakfast Show. It's 8 minutes down, 8 o'clock. Let's bring you the review of the local dealers, what's making news from the print media. Okay, so let's bring you the review of the local dealers, what's making news from the print media. And we'll start out with from the Hot Pepper newspaper on the newsstand for $40 Liberian. The front page from the Hot Pepper. President Boyka holds third cabinet meeting, reminds officials to declare the assets. And of course, it's a flashback photo from His Excellency Joseph Boyka, a member of the cabinet. President Boyka holds third cabinet meeting, reminds officials to declare the assets on the front page of the hot pepper. Grab a copy and read the rest of the story this morning. CSNL prevails on government to extend GTN operations in Liberia. You can grab a copy. Let's go to the back page. What's the back page have? The back page of from the hot pepper. Dr. Poto disappointment in all hospitals and healthcare facilities. A big one here on the back page from the hot pepper. I've seen the health minister here has been captured here on the back page of the hot pepper. Grab a copy and read the rest of the story. Finance Ministry withholds 7 controller salaries. Yes. We'll make this part of our talking point at 9:15 this morning. 17 controller salaries withhold by the Ministry of Finance. Yes. So ends the review there from the local dailies.
Yes, let's go for the New Republic newspaper. The banner headline demolition in Yekes district, several made homeless. Is the lead story on the front page of the New Republic newspaper. The sub lead story: over 700 Ministry of State employees fit in limbo as supplementary employee stage protest. Is another story. Government commits to servicing domestic external debts. Acting Finance Minister discloses wraps on fiscal year 2024 draft national budget. Let's go to the back page of the New Republic newspaper. Pro Tem Kanga Lawrence acknowledges efforts of 2 committees. Okay, but I'm seeing the photograph of Senator Momo Saras on the back page of the New Republic newspaper. And major story on the back page: NIMBA students threatening unspecified action if well, I don't know. They said NIMBA students threaten unspecified action if for Deba Allen's dismissal. Okay, well, I think this is in relation to the manager at the Mountain. WHO second lady donate wheelchairs, cane sticks to disabled. Is another story, or the final story on the back page of the New Republic newspaper.
Yeah, so lastly for my end is the front page Africa. The front page Africa, the major story, the NIMBA decision. Yes, the NIMBA decision, upcoming by-election in NIMBA, though define the political landscape of the county. Should PYJ not support UP Canada? Is a question mark here. The NIMBA decision. I'm seeing senatorial candidates here on the front page of the front page Africa. Yan Twine has been captured here on the front page Africa. Grab a copy and read the rest of the story. Calling for physical discipline. It's a sub-lead story here from the front page Africa. I'm seeing President Joseph Boyka has been captured here. Calling for physical discipline, and of course, the hospital for Kofa is also on the front page of the front page Africa. Grab a copy and read the rest from the story this morning. So that's lastly for my hand.
Yeah, I mean that's it. The papers are not many this morning.
What happened to editors?
I think they were sleepy. So Mrs. Helena Sami did not send a Women Voices newspaper. I'm calling your name now.
Okay.
The editor-in-chief at Daily Observer newspaper, William Hammond, did not send the papers this morning.
The Independent Sam O'Dame, the managing editor, I didn't see it. Chudder Brooks, GNN.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, we'll continue on Friday on tomorrow of the papers. This is the True Breakfast Show, 96 Power. Good morning to all of you listening. This is Liberia's biggest breakfast show. Yes, on yesterday was a very sad scene. I say no sad scene because we saw people was vacated all of their home on yesterday. There was a major demolition taking place in Congo Town yesterday. Yes, older folks, pregnant women, kids. The Supreme Court order that the property should be turned over to this gay individual who claimed that the whole land, almost 20 acres of land 20 to 40 acres of land belongs to him. So my concern here was there a time frame given to this family? Because if you look at the situation yesterday, when kids were into a rain season, it was this very sad thing. People had to look for vehicle. I mean, to take their belongings and find somewhere for shelter. I mean, no one is against the court order, but to the property owner, was there a time frame? Because I tried to intervene, and some of the victims said, well, this is a wasteland. We strongly believe that this place belongs to government. We have lived here for more than 20, 30 years. But even this fellow said this area belongs to him, but there was not enough of time given to us. I mean, there was a Harris police present yesterday, but my thinking here was, well, there's enough time. Say, well, since the Supreme Court order, can you give us more time to find able to relocate? Up to now, as I speak, there are some individuals who slept on people's porches along the same belt. It's a sad thing. Yes. So um, the lawmaker of District 10 tried to intervene. It was halted for just few hours, but later on, that didn't stop the demolition exercise in Congo Town yesterday. People have to come to the family rescue in this kind of difficult Liberia as we speak. Yeah.
Well, on that issue, O'Neill, firstly, once people homes are being, if I may say, destroyed or people are being thrown out of their homes, it becomes a kind of humanitarian crisis for them. And sometimes we expect institutions to come in and assist. Sometimes we expect leaders to speak to some of these issues. But again, on a frank note, if this issue has been in court and the court has passed on the matter, I am not sure that it was just because the Supreme Court said, "Oh, go move the people." They came and just moved the people. I believe even before a case can reach to the Supreme Court, you and I know it got to pass through the lower court. Somebody will take appeal to the Supreme Court before the Supreme Court can make the final decision on the matter. And once the Supreme Court makes the final decision, I mean, as you and I know, that's the highest court in the country that no one can take appeal to, except you want judicial review at the ECOWAS court. So again, I want to not specifically to the residents of the Catholic community, but the Liberians in general. We not even this particular issue, but we've come to understand at some point in time that people really do downplay court rulings in this country, and we need to, in a civilized society, we need to live by what the court say. Democracy is about the rule of law. So if the court rules on a particular matter, if there's a time frame given, but most of the time we want to buy sympathy because of political reasons and all of that. I'm not talking specifically about the Catholic community issue. I'm just saying, on a general note, that there are cases where even some part of the Robertsfield Highway court rules, Supreme Court comes down with final ruling. If you go there, you still see people they call it running behind you for that thing land that the court has ruled about. So people should not be downplaying court decision, especially when the final court in the country has ruled on a particular issue. Now, the point, let me go back to the Catholic community issue. Hensey went there was it Monday or Tuesday when that process started, and he spoke with the community chair and other persons. They said the dispute has not been the entire community, but three families and the gay family. Yes, that's what the community chair said, and another person. And Representative Siafa Poto was there, and he also interviewed him, and he spoke about that issue. He said the judiciary was not giving ears to his intervention in the process because he wanted for a time frame to be given at least so that they can have some discussion.
Yeah, that's just the human side of it I was looking at.
Yes, you're right, the human side of it. Yes, so at least sometimes if the court have made a decision, I know the court will give a time frame for certain actions to be taken. And people can attach their emotion to some of these issues because you went to the court And because you've been going up, I mean, up and down with the kids, later on, it could ruin your favor. You say, and they suffering me, I'll just go implement a code. So sometimes it doesn't have to be like that. So the human side of it is very important. I think leaders should intervene, let it show that whatever that is legal should be done properly. It should not be done on the basis of maybe revenge. On a serious note, yesterday.
Even some of the police officers, I tried to talk with one or two. The guy said we just implementing, but inside. That's how the guy was saying.
Yeah, that's
Because
it.
some of them were saying where to go now.
Yeah.
I'm looking for food to eat. This man said at least let's say 1 month because we have been living here all along. But I said, but you didn't see this coming. They said the issue of being court, just how you're saying, back and forth in the courts.
Yeah.
But the court had given the order. At least you have given us like 1 or 2 months, then we'll prepare. But we're sleeping at midnight. The first thing in the morning, we just see riot police here.
So some of the things that happen in the country, only you see, wetlands are not private land. We've said over the time that nobody should sell wetland. And that place you see down there, I think you see an entire waterway there.
Yeah.
So how can somebody claim me they play that place that's supposed to be, let me say, preserved on the RAC convention that talk about protection of wetland, all of that. I play look wetland.
Yeah, even if I say it belongs to the government, so
it should be.
Yeah, it said it belongs to government. That was the argument here. This belongs to government. If the government have the property and the individual, Mr. Gay and the family will not just come and move. But they have happened already. The family, please help your family member and reach out to most of them. We'll grant that. Let's move on to the first cabinet meeting by His Excellency Joseph Yuma. The third cabinet meeting by Joseph Boyka. The president declared his assets, and I get picture to just overshadow the whole cabinet meeting by His Excellency. Even United Partisan all running over the pictures. Yeah, I mean, but the third cabinet meeting by His Excellency. Then the E-Mansion, after the meeting, the E-Mansion had a post said that the president reminded his official, his cabinet official, to declare the asset. And this is what I try to look at it in a very different way. Good morning, His Excellency. I mean, you are president. There are times you don't need to be reminding your people. Maybe they'll say the puppet too, lenient, man. The fourth cabinet meeting, maybe you remind us again. Look, if we are main business, you have declared your asset. The president have declared his asset, but he have not published it. We have not seen it, right? I mean, yes, we haven't seen Joseph Boyka. I mean, he have declared it. So he reminded his cabinet, please, you all need to declare your assets, right? Yeah, we're alive now.
Okay.
Yes. Then I tried to go back. Let me take it back from Charles Taylor. One point in time, the former president Taylor just went to the Sacred Heart Cathedral and asked all his cabinet ministers to go to church. And some of them refused. And the next thing is all of them are dismissed. Then this former minister, Evelyn Kanaka, she said, no, this is not possible. They will know the story I'm talking about. Yes. She said, this is not possible. Is it compared that the Constitution said any church the president going, we should go there too? So, instead to being a radical man, Joe Moduba, the lead information minister, of them all by you see ministers running to church. Taylor appear at the church, and you know how most of the cabinet were 9-year tenants. Ellen Johnson, one point in time, too, she said, I'm going to suspend all of y'all. I mean, the reason why I'm saying this thing is excellency. Maybe people are taking you for granted. Why is it you were appointed, got confirmed, and up to now, most of you are reneging to declare your asset? I would mean business. This will still be business as usual. The third cabinet meeting, the president will still reminding people. I mean, man, you should take some action. Let them say, yeah, all of you have not declared your asset. Abubakar talking on yesterday. Okay. He asked the secretary, let's see the list of those who have declared the asset. That meeting is going to be in 2004. I mean, if we move on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it is just important that people do. The leaders set the example, and everybody should follow. So when you part about it is the reminder. That don't need a reminder.
That's right.
I think since you don't want to take immediate action, you should have given some kind of maybe 2 weeks ultimatum and say from now to maybe April
Mhm.
25th, if any official appointed and commission has now been able to declare the asset, will take action. By that time, people will be rushing.
If you don't make them afraid, Maka, you say
Mm-hmm.
those who have obtained a cabinet meeting are those who have declared the asset. Damn it. Oh yeah.
The next cabinet
No,
meeting.
no, that
If you-
job this
if
way.
you-
See, let's see something. Okay, Madam Press Secretary or Protocol Minister of State, this meeting here, if you're not declared an asset, you're not aligned to the cabinet meeting. What? JMB.
Yeah.
It will be sporty,
But
but
they need to-
anyway,
they
yeah.
need to do they need
Yeah.
to do that because this is what they promised.
Yeah, they have
And the
to.
president will have to come down hard on his cabinet.
Yeah, very much. Yes, because of time, let's pick few calls until 8:30 this morning. They'll bring on senatorial candidate. But 9:15, the representative of Nima County, Musa Ability, had a post on yesterday where you talk about the Enforcement of Small Business Act, the SAB, the SBA.
Mhm.
Yeah, we hope to look at that at 9:15 this morning. There are 40,000 government employees.
Yeah,
40,000, let me repeat this.
rates to be taken off the payroll.
Their payroll.
Yeah.
40,000 civil servants to be removed from payroll. Some to they harmonize.
Mhm.
The Minister Bowman Kamara now say remove. He said, let's take few reaction from the public. Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning, Maka, and let me say good morning to the peace-loving people of the Republic of Liberia, and good morning, River O'Neill. This is the voice of Nukwe A. George, PRO of the Indomitable Intellectual Class of Plainville. Permit me to speak to the Foreign Affairs Minister, Minister Wema Kamara.
The finance minister, finance minister, please.
Finance Minister, Minister Wema Kamara, you have been highlighted in my mind in these few days because the inherited exchange rate is a foreign problem that needs to be addressed before the rescue mission attach into some long-term manifestations of their plan. I would like to precisely ask you to use the expansionary and contractionary fiscal policy to stimulate the economy. If this is not done, if the exchange will remain at the same, the right that people have in the market, $50 per cup will still remain at that point. Price that people buy for $30 per cup will remain at the rate of 60. So I'm calling on you, foreign finance minister Wema Kamara, please take a look into the economy and try to reduce the current rate. It is
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Reduce.
Good morning.
Good morning, O'Neill. And good morning to your colleague, Maka.
Go ahead.
Well, there is S. Peter Bena from the Unity Party and Joint Party Levy. I call basically to talk to one of your talking points. And I want to ask my boss to two of you bosses to call on our president, Ambassador Boaka, to reinforce most of his policy that or promises that he made during the campaign period. I think it's about this time that our government official who were appointed by you to start to follow your footsteps. You are someone that the generation of today, a generation to come will follow your footsteps. So if those people that you appointed cannot follow your footsteps, then it means that you have to take some drastic action against them. So there are assets, I mean, yeah, there are assets recovery, I mean,
Asset declaration.
implemented. They have to be implemented because we monitor the previous government. Ambassador, we are in power in proportion riot. Most of his ministers will proportion to follow their deal. So you are our own leader and you are putting people to follow you as well. So
Okay.
I hope they will follow your footsteps.
Okay, they'll follow your footsteps. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead quickly.
Good morning, Maka. How are you this morning?
Fine. Go ahead.
My name is Monsala Roger, and I'm calling from Mark. I have two concerns. One got to do with the Central Bank of Liberia.
this whole issue about changing the currency. I'm asking the Bank of Liberia, which is the central bank, that they please put agent on the street and get this cash in their hand at the lady on the market. So as they asking John Brown for the whole bank note, then they replace it. But I get $500. I'm gonna take that 500 and give it to the bank. Okay, I get 200 somebody refusing in the community.
So the CBO have extended, the central bank have extended up to May 15th. So nobody should be refusing the money for now.
Instead of doing it on a serious, more people listen to radio, people listen to music and the radio, and it's going to be making a publicity around the community.
Okay. Yes, thank you. Bobby, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Thank you. Thank you, Oni, for lifting the ban on me. I know what I did. I ever stand down. We are on the battlefront. I called this morning to recommend to my President Joseph Imabwaka to please consider the National Security Service, NSA. With my background security, I'm concerned with that institution committee for the PSC as the NSA boss. And because taxpayer money along with international good training and they spend a lot of money on him.
You think other people are not trained too?
Say again?
You think others are not trained?
No, they are trained.
Okay.
But with the expertise, what he got in him, when it comes to integrity and others.
All right.
Okay, Bobby.
Great.
The president will decide.
Yeah. Quickly now.
Please consider member of the National Patriotic Party NPP into your government. Let it be a government inclusion.
I won't have. What were you doing the campaign time? Anyway, great. Let's be
1814.
1814. Yes, I just saw a post quickly. It said most of the officials don't have nothing to declare. There is no asset to declare at all. So, anyway, morning quickly. We have to go to Yantai and go ahead. Good morning.
I call from the Visits, Boston County. We knew my attention has been drawn to the issue of the cabinet community. Normally in other countries, people see their citizen as commodity. When you're a business person, you respect your commodity, you manage your commodity, and you don't want for your commodity to be destroyed. But I get very disappointed in this country, sometimes the way we take our citizens to be. Even if people build house on the land, I get confused why somebody will get a property and allow more than 2,000 persons build property on it, and then it goes for almost 20, 25 years. I don't know whether there's a law for that. And then one person just come from America and carry on the code, then people just come and say eviction from there, start taking everybody out of the place and changing life. But I think if government would be happening to, they should be able to help those who have lived to that place for more than 20 to 25 years and relocate them.
Okay.
They just kind of move them when they don't have nowhere to go. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. Thank you. Yeah. So I'm reading a comment on the social media. It says the president, in fact, should be more robust. That is official should not delay in declaring the assets. Then another one, Binta Dolite, she said, there is no asset to declare at all. So nothing in the account. You meet some of our ministers, nothing.
Some people are renting and doesn't matter how you go declare.
Then if that is the case, then I mean the fourth cabinet meeting will not have it will be the same thing. Let's pick our last caller, Derek Ernest Koti. Derek Koti, is that because the charter thing I said to the church, but then Taylor won't appear at the church? That's what you call him? Go ahead.
Oh, no. That story is true. I remember very well. And Kanaka was the one who, anyway, let me just be verified here.
Okay.
This answer declaration thing, I agree with both of you. Uncle Joe, if you are listening to me, please give your cabinet ministers a deadline. When people fail to declare their assets, it simply means they got something under their sleeves. They planning to steal in the future. And there's no law that says that if you don't even have shoes or shirt, you can't declare. Go and tell the public, I don't have $1 in the bank. I don't have plenty clothes. I don't have 2, 3 pairs of shoes. I only got one.
declaration asset does that mean you must have millions somewhere. That's a poor excuse to say they don't have anything to do. They go and say what you don't have and what you have. If you're still renting, say I'm renting. We want to know. And number two, please don't take call from Bobby Animal.
Oh,
It's embarrassing me. Yes.
okay.
The Ministry of Maintenance was not established. I don't have that job. I try to be your advisor to the president. Maka David when they limited in the night and sport all I want.
Okay.
Now I'm trying to be NSA boss now. And easier telling the president every day, meeting, Omen Pinson. And the man of my neighbor right here.
Oh, you don't go to NSA?
Yeah.
No security experience for you.
Huh?
No experience in the security sector, Derek Coty.
Forget it. When I get out with that.
But David, you expected me to go sit with the president and agree that you be named as youth advisor at the age of almost 72.
There I see you, man. We have our guests coming through the line. Yes. So, folks, you listen up to the True Breakfast Show. I want to say thanks for all of your calls. Yes. As we promised on the TBS this morning, we're going to bring on one of the candidates in the by-election. Remember, Nimba County goes to the ballot box for the senatorial race in 19 days from now. So we'll have one of the candidates in the upcoming by-election in 19 days in Nimba County, Honorable Yan Tarn, live with us on the True Breakfast Show this morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Welcome you live. How you doing this morning?
I'm okay. Good morning and good morning to everyone in Richard. And I'm happy to be on the True Breakfast after, I don't know, many years now.
After many years now. Great. I get you live from Nimba County. How is Nimba?
Nimba is always great. This is a place where it's many of us natural habitat. So when we are here, there's a certain sense of, the feel good moment that we have usually because here we got everything we want with less pressure. And the serenity alone is just good to go back.
Great. So let's go into business now. I mean, the name Yan is not a strange name. It's a household name in Liberia. You have contested in Avera County, Nimba County. How prepared are you? Let's look at your readiness, your chances for this by-election this time around.
Yeah. Like every election, the end justifies the means. So, however, we are very hopeful that based upon our good showing last year in the general elections, coming second to the winner, and then accumulating a little over 56,000 votes. And coupled with the projects that we've done around the county under the Nyati Twa Foundation, and the immense support that we are receiving, and having been placed back, on the Unity Party ticket, where our political home has been for decades now. There are indications and factors that we are the leading candidate in the race, and elections, anything can happen. So sometimes you don't get too carried away, but we are very hopeful that we will come victorious at the end of the process.
So during the 2023 elections, I know one of the factors which led you to not have won was the county's godfather factor, that is Senator Prince Johnson. But besides that, what other things you think affected your chances in that election? And what have you done to ensure that this time around you come on top?
I mean, a lot of things happen. Sometimes when we did the postmortem analysis of the election, we got to realize that sometimes there were, round pool, square peg, round moves. Many we had some wrong people, who were dependent upon to do certain things. Some people didn't play the adequate role, and sometimes we should admit that the country is so large, my brother, to the extent that the resources that you need to campaign in Nimba, it is enormous, Herculean. You cannot put a price to it. There is no money big to run a campaign in this country. So resources was one of our greatest challenges, and that still exists. but I can say it is better than previous. But resource was a major challenge for us last year. Running as an independent candidate even exacerbated that even more, such that you have everything that you is dependent and relying on you. And one of the things that I noticed, I didn't see as an independent candidate, which was an eye opener for me.
Mm-hmm.
When you are running as an independent candidate, there is this factor that continues to exist. That activities usually only happens when you are there. So, for example, if you moving from District 9, you are in District 9, the activities are usually centered in District 9. When you are in District 1, the activities will be centered in District 1. Then what happens to the rest of the 8 districts? It is usually impossible without, even if you have structure. And there where, I come to defeat the argument that Liberia is not a political party structure but individual. Try running as an independent candidate. That's the time you value the structure of a political institution, because that individualism that you talked about, it is only available to you politically when you are present. But when you are absent, it's not. But when you're in a political arena with a structure around you, they now can galvanize people and resources on their own to even create momentum where you are not. So it was an eye-opener. So those were some of the things that actually affected us. And this time around, the things are a little bit different. We are on the party ticket, the structure. Mm-hmm. Even though there are challenges with some of the different structures in place, we just coming from an election. Mm-hmm. Ruling party usually will have its own ups and downs, especially the local structure. You may be chairman for a political party for this district. Maybe you wanted certain thing, you didn't get it. There are things but those are things that we're talking about, reconciling the party, doing an analysis about what happened in the going election, and also giving them hope. And one of the things that we're giving them hope with, I should quickly mention, which I will expand on later, is that we're all the showing that United Party show up here in Nimba. Okay. The citizens of Nimba really voted the United Party, but there's one little problem, and that's what I'm using as motivation for the partisans, many of whom are a little bit disenchanted for certain things. That we elected President Barker and the Vice President Kong were enthusiastic to do that, but guess what? We did not elect one United Party lawmaker. So at the end of the day, of the 10 people that are elected from Nimba County, there is no United Party lawmaker amongst them. And that places the party into a difficult position where there wouldn't be, that presence in the room where decisions about opportunity of appointment, decision about opportunity of certain things will be made, which is normal. So my thing to them is that this is an opportunity. I'm the last man standing now. The last man. That the rescue mission will not be completed until there's a rescue senator.
The last man standing. I mean, saw this coming. In less than 5 months, you are going back to the people to have you voted on the Unity Party ticket. What are you saying to them? What are they saying to you? In less than 5 months, you back to them campaigning.
Yeah, I think they are more than happy. A lot of people who think that they owe me a great deal of gratitude, which I think, they don't, because when we were drafted the ticket and we ran independent in favor of the alliance that we forged with the MDR, there were mixed feelings, there were bad feelings. I took the brunt of all of the pressure, by increasing, my own funding towards the campaign, and I had nowhere to hang besides, my own structures. So people have thought that after the first round of the elections, that I was going to be bitter and don't return to the Unity Party, and that I was going to endorse the other political party. But it didn't take me much of a thinking. I knew that I had a political. I've only known Unity Party all my life, since 2004 and 2005. So we made a conscious decision, and more besides, one of the motivating factors to go back on was not only because I was in the party partisan, but because also the way the country went. In the first round, Nimba, led all the political parties with 84,000 votes margin. Now, as somebody who wants to be the leader of the county, where do you go? You have to follow the lead of your people, because as a leader of the people, you are actually their servants. You are actually their number one followers. So, I couldn't have gone anywhere, and coupled with the son of Nimba being on the ticket as vice president. And the people really wanted that to happen. And going against those kind of things, it was a no-brainer for me. So the decision to actually go back home, was easy. And many people who have known me over the years, they didn't panic when many people were panicking, where we now go, this would be a decider if Yan switches, and, but, it was an easy decision. So for that reason, many parties are also very happy with me for that.
So let me bring you back to my colleague question. The Nima factor. I mean, I remember a couple of weeks ago we interviewed Senator Prince Johnson. He said, "Yes, I'm going to support Yang," and we asked him why. He said, "This time is for Yang. I mean, he deserved this." Then 2 weeks later, we saw a picture fluctuating on the social media with the same senator with one of the other candidates. I'm a bit confused. Are you concerned about the factor of Senator Johnson in the election?
Every Nimba who graces the face of this county will always be concerned about the senator who is the longest, one of the longest serving senators of the county. You have to be concerned. Not only concerned, he's the leader of the county, so definitely, whatever he says and does, has to be concerning. So concerning in a good way, but not concerning in a bad way. So if you say because that concern, what is concerning, we have to be concerned about our leader decision and what he does.
So that concerns about which side he supports. 1 minute he's with Yang, he said on publicly on the radio, yeah, and the next time we see anointing another candidate. So that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, but as a leader of the country, you technically have to, get everybody around. You cannot shunk, your citizens. But politically, I mean, what he has said publicly is what I would go by. And I'm a very positive person who don't like to judge things. And I've had several meetings with the senator, and he's been very positive. He's a very knowledgeable man about politics in our country and in our country. He talks to people higher than us. So there are things that bigger people talked about and sometimes we don't know. And I'm confident that this election, as much as, the president of Liberia is supposed to make, the vice president of Liberia is supposed to make, the United Party is supposed to make, Senator Johnson has declared, even to you that he's supposed to make. This election is about the people of Nimba will determine the results of this election. We can have all the big endorsement, that we need, actually all of the big endorsement, which make a lot of good impact on the ground. However, the volunteer teachers in Nimba who are yearning to get on payroll, the volunteer nurses who, their salaries were harmonized, and I'm trying to get back. There are contractors who are trying to get back on the payroll. Those are the people who decision will determine, who votes will determine the result of this election.
That just leads me to my next question. People to people interaction across the county, like you mentioned earlier, Nimba is a very big county, and there could be resource constraint that cannot allow you to campaign vigorously all across the county. Where are your bases? Where do you consider as your base?
My base is Nimba. Check the result of the election.
From District 1 to District 9.
Yeah, that's my base. Straight from District 1, straight to District 9.
So which district are you from?
I'm from District 8.
Okay.
I'm from District 8. But you I got petition in District 5.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and I enjoy the confidence of the people. And one conversation that I was having, after the election, we did it, Martin, was that I accumulated votes. Unlike previous candidates, many who didn't get substantial vote in any district, I got bits and pieces everywhere. Even though there were concentration in some places, but I got bits and pieces everywhere.
Have you been to Bui and Doru?
Yeah, I've been to Bui and Doru twice. And what that tells you is that there are people everywhere who like you. And when that happens, you do almost like a consensus candidate by the people. So that's why I really enjoy the election results, even though we didn't win. But at least every district had people who expressed some willingness. So I was elected as senator of the county. And so this time around, we're going to, dwell and utilize that as our strength to expand our base more and more. Yeah, but I've been to Bui.
Okay, that's great. So just before, maybe you can expand a little bit on your vision for the county. This is one thing some of your opponents have been using as campaign against you, calling you an elite. You are not down to the young people. You are kind of a class system person. What do you say to that?
First of all, I must say that is propaganda and nonsense. I'm a very down to earth guy. If you get to know me, you will just probably the hype of my name. I don't represent the hype of my name. That's the irony about me. Because to me, you will be like, oh, but the young guy here. I'm very down to earth. I don't even know how to start. Usually, my response to this thing is that you look at men and me sitting here. It's like explaining to someone that I'm not a white man. Okay. That's how explaining the whole thing can look like. It's so out of touch and out of, it's a no sense in it. Okay. To say, what kind of idiot?
Okay, so
I read the University of Nigeria yesterday. The more let me just remind people, I'm a former student general.
Okay.
I am a militant of the Student Unification Party and a strong stalwart, one of those who led some of the protests in this country for social justice and reforms. We fought tyrannical, regimes around here. We made sure we're youth leaders and very vigorous. In fact, I even got recruited by Unity Party and President Sedi in 2004 because of my stance on national issue on the university campus. You can never be a revolutionary like me and become an elite. Those who are living, have been living, on the people's sweat for 12 broken years are the ones who will be calling themselves elite.
Okay. Yeah, we shouldn't draw your way. I mean, I can try to voice whatever. Let's go back to your role to the senatorial seat, your platform. Again, in case you want to recap, I'm going to take calls. A lot of text messages coming.
What are you bringing to
the table? Let's look at your platform. Why? Yeah, someone's listening up in Campley, in Ganwin, in Saclet, in Blaze, have me a call in. Yes. Why should I wake up in the morning and go and vote on the 23rd of April? Why vote for Yan?
The people of Nimba know what I have done, and explaining it over and over, as I usually say to them on the campaign trail, is like doing good for somebody and keep talking about it. But in a nutshell, our vision for the county is straightforward. One, I told we have to unite the county in the first place. From the outside, it looks like everything is rosy, everything is okay. But internally, we have to unite our people and make them to have, a common goal of Nimba as the epitome of our, county goal. There are, skirmishes of division that we need to mend. And politicians sometimes are actually, escalating those minor divisions within the county, some on sectional lines and some on regional lines. We need to mend that. We need to go back to the old days of Blazotowe, of Dolie, of Jasi Epto, of Goto Mongo, of Johnny Voka, or Tuazama. During their days in Nimba, you could not see any delineation of them. Every child in Nimba was their children. It was their child, and they did things in common, just for the common good of the county. And so that unity must prevail. I'm not saying that we should repress, the contemporary, the days to the old days, but there are good things in the old days that we must bring on board, where the leaders of the country were saying so united and blue. The Nima Legislative Caucus, in that same vein, under that same bill, should be united. Gone should be those days where the caucus will make a decision and certain caucus members take the issues to court to put a moratorium on decisions that are made. So the unity I'm talking about, it has to do with a holistic approach where our people will speak with one voice through their legislative caucus and harmonize decisions that will benefit our people. The next thing we want to look at, I want to be known as a health and education senator. I've said at times over number. The two major priorities next to my reconciliation of vision is to invest into health and education mostly. And I will be pushing the caucus to do that more on our county funding. I will be pushing that nationally to do that much more. And that is the reason why when the Nyanti Twine Junior Foundation was established, we spent a little over $500,000 to $600,000 just on health and education, making sure that schools don't go out of supplies, making sure that hospitals and clinics in this country don't go out of supplies. And the evidence are there, more than 90% of the hospitals and clinics in this country have benefited from our medical, intervention and the schools, the academic intervention. Market women, especially empowering women, is also one of our vision. And it is evident by the way in which we support the market women across the 9 electoral district by giving them grants to do business. Many of the places we've given those grants, they have been success stories where the women have been able to, to turn that money around and give it to a whole other group of women, to do business with AYT now, are making business with the profit that they make out of it. So if I can do that from my little pocket, why if, I take that vision at the country level, we've been able to sponsor, set some money aside and put in, and support market women. And you know what they say? When you help women, you help the community. And because women are the ones who, put food on the table many times, pay their children's school, they are the ones who are home and feeding the kids while we men have gone to look for bigger things. So among many things, those are some of the vision that we have for the county. We need to invest this time around, and this will be one of my strongest arguments to members of the caucus if I'm successful.
Okay, great.
We invested into infrastructure, into other hardware development. This is about time that we also invest into human development in England.
Okay. Great. So I'm rumbling through the various representative in Nima County. I'm seeing no representative from the Unity Party here, from District 1 up to District 9. Yes, I'm still looking how you going to have a breakthrough in the various districts. From District 1, you have Samuel Bryce, that he won as independent candidate, Jan Flomo on the CPP ticket, Neka Gay on the MDR ticket, Ernest Mancier on the MDR, Samuel Koga PUP, Don Glicker on MDR, Musa Hassan Bellet on the CPP, CS Mana MDR, and Todd Wemba Independent. No United Party. I mean lawmaker. How are you managing in the various districts with campaigning?
Yeah, when you put it like that, it looks scary, right?
Because they're against for the various district. District 7, you think about Musa Belete, all of the other districts. How are you managing? I'm here thinking about it.
Yeah, it looks scary on paper, but in practice, many of these people, let me just say this, and I said to them in a visit the other day. The fact that many of them opted not to run alone, it was a positive sign for me. Because not a sitting lawmaker in Nima wasn't petitioned or encouraged to run. So the fact that many of them declined to do so was a positive sign. And many of them are on record, just one-on-one to say, look, we think you did a good showing last year. You've done well for my district, and I think that our people like you, and we'll give you the benefit of the doubt. So yes, a lot of them, I enjoy the confidence and support of a lot of them. They do support me. Many of them are very instrumental in what I do here. Their support, I will wait for them to announce it publicly. But as it stands, understand, yeah, many of them have given the marching orders to their citizens. I'm working along with some of their teams, and everything is going well. And I think that I got my own showing as well, and many of them do realize that little effort of mine. That as much as many of them were elected by their citizens, they also tell them about the apparition for me. So sometimes it becomes a little bit difficult for people who you are leading as a representative to go back to them and tell them, look, this guy, I'm not supporting this guy. It's difficult. And the people in Nima are not, just oh, they are people who read between lines, and they choose their political leader based upon the political, economic, and benefit that they get, from said leader. And I think I have placed myself in a very hard bracket of, delivering for our people through the Nyati Foundation, and also the vision for the country that I have espoused to them very well, that there are many of them I am aware of. So yeah, it's scary on paper, but practically I enjoy the support of many of the lawmakers.
Okay, finally, from my end, what have been your assessment, if I may say, or your impression of the first couple of days of your administration? You're a member of the Unity Party, considering the 100-day deliverables that the president promised, because the progress of some of these promises will also impact your election in Nimba County, because they will say, well, this government is doing great, so we can have another of them here as our senator. So yes, tell us, what have been your impressions so far? What are your greetings?
Yeah, I mean, right now, I'm satisfied so far with the progress. First, the beginning with the number of appointments. I think a little over 30 Nimbayans have been appointed by the Unity Party government, which is impressive. And I can stand to be corrected, and this is me just being partisan probably, that the Unity Party government now has probably appointed more Nimbayans in government than any other government in the history of Liberia, based upon my counting. That the number is above 30 now, appointments to positions in government. So I'm satisfied to understand we need more, because we gave more to the United Party. Had it not been from Nimba County, this government will not be in power by now. I know not to denigrate or to play it down what the rest of the people did for us, but the competition was stiff, and Nima was the icebreaker. Now, when it comes to physical development in the county, I've seen a lot of, this whole thing about, no vehicle getting stuck. I think Nima, I'm seeing more yellow machines deployed now to what do I call hot spots.
Okay.
Very easy to go bad. And I think under the auspices of the Vice President office also, we're seeing, earth moving equipment deployed to hot zones as well. I was very impressed, especially in the Berike area and the Tua River area. There are things that are happening there. And on the larger scale, I should say to you guys, and Nimba is a part of Liberia, and the fact that the executive branch of government, the Unity Party-led government, has reduced the budget of the presidency and that of the executive. The budget has encouraged the legislative branch of government to reduce their budget by some 50 and 35 or 25%, and has increased her budget by $11 million, and increased the education budget, I think, a little over about $12 or $13 million. Those are signs. And when the Ministry of Health budget increases to about $11 million, there are hospitals and clinics in Nimba that would benefit from that increment. And I'm happy that glad that part of the things that we will be doing when we are elected is to now call the Ministry of Health and say, look, this $11 million, how is it watering down to improve the lives of healthcare workers so that they in turn can provide better care for our people? Okay. How is it watering down into the provision now of medical supplies to clinics so that these people will not go without medical supplies that will cure diseases, and same with education. So that's an impression that I'm getting. It's just a little over 2 months of the government, if not 3 months. But we are happy with the progress. We are happy with the signs that we are seeing. The same way your Christmas will be going and not from the eve.
Okay.
The government first budget, it has reduced its own, budget and has increased the budget of health and education. Also increased the budget of agriculture a little bit more. So that tells you that with the pouring in of additional resources and when we have enough foreign direct investment to expand our budget, definitely that increment will only be incremental.
Okay, great. What's your number on the ballot box? In fact, you number what? Number 4?
The next has not yet.
So I'm here looking at the preliminary listing for the National Elections Commission, and you appear here the alphabetical order. You are number 4 here.
Yeah, I'm number 4 right now on the listing. But the thing about it is that like many people, the flyers that we brought out today in the county, many people are like, why your number not on the ballot? And you're the 4th person on that list. I said, why if I put number 4 on the list and then somebody draw out of the list, I become number 3?
No, I show you'll be number 4 because you just
I will be number 4 actually, and but I cannot take Kemo with that by putting it on any flyer or announcing it to my people. But when that comes out, we already have a team of people just standing ready to just escalate across the country my number.
Number 4.
So we have a whole brigade of people just on the standby. That would be their job, to do that.
Okay, before we take telephone calls quickly, I'm still concerned with the MDR. It appears that you are going to get the blessing of Senator Prince Johnson because of the 4 candidates here, we have the Reformer National Congress, the People's Unification Party, Liberal National Union, and that of the Unity Party. These are the 4 candidates. I'm sure
there's no direct candidate from the
MDR, no direct candidate for MDR and the CPP. So I'm sure that puts you the better chance. You think so?
Yeah. What is happening is, I'm someone who is very private and very confidential with discussion. But discussion that I have with NDR hierarchy, including the senator, they have been, it's just a matter of time, for a certain announcement to actually be, done. But, in private, we're working with NDR members across the country already because the private conversation have given rise to those working relationships to be established. When I go to any district, I don't have meetings without, inviting the NGR leadership.
Okay.
If I speak, many of them are receiving campaign supplies and working now because they know fully well that we were just in an alliance. If we are not even staying in an alliance, I'm not privileged to the alliance document to know how long the alliance lasts for, but I know many collaboration and alliances do last not less than a year. And I think since the last signing of the alliance document, sometime last June or July between MDR and Unity Party, I'm not sure that it has expired. So we are still in an alliance, with the MDR.
That's a nice one.
Locally, we are carrying on our work until we can hear from the structure itself at a given point in time, which I know would be inevitable.
Great. So just hold on, don't go off. Let's take some reaction from the public, folks who have senatorial candidate in the upcoming by-election in Nima County. Honorable Yadi Tyne Jr., right here on the True Breakfast Show. My name is O'Neill, along with Maka. Let's get the lines activated. 0770-153-265.
0770-202579. These are numbers you can call to participate on the show this morning.
Yes, let's pick up Derek Ernest Cote. I mean, you got no voting right in Nima. Anyway, let's hear from you. Good morning, Derek Cote.
Good morning to you and good morning to the people of Nimba County. I am from Norfolk County originally, but also from Nimba County. I was a teacher there in 1976, and I was given a walking stick in Glaze or Pier by the late Paramount Chief Gilligan. I'm a citizen of Nimba County. So I have the right to talk about Nimba. Now, it is a dangerous game for a politician to flip-flop. Betrayal is a dangerous game. We got to stop it. Senator Johnson, you did not support the CDC this time because, according to you, the CDC betrayed Nimba County and even you. Do not betray Yan Twine, who will eventually become the next senator of Nimba County. I can tell you that he will be. Now, you can't say because this person has his personal view about something, that's why you're not going. Your main prayer should be that somebody good.
So Derek Cote, as far as we are concerned, because the senator spoke on the TBS here and gave his support. So as far as the True Breakfast Show is concerned, I have given a support to yeah.
I had another radio station that you were supporting.
Okay.
Yeah,
Go ahead. Yeah.
he's supporting somebody else now. But no matter what happens,
Cody, you gotta be careful of what you say here.
that's not true.
Okay.
It's done right. He was Deputy Director General of NASCOP, and I visited that place many times to see the lower of us, and I know what people say about him. He's not that big shot type of person.
Okay.
Thank you, David.
I urge you to support that fire.
Okay. Thank you. Let's take two for my end, two for Maka. And good morning. Morning. Good morning. Yeah, you. Yeah.
And thanks for morning as well to my God and to our online girls. Good morning to where you are. And when there is a voice, a female will do, and I joined the conversation for this food this morning. We live disgraceful and penciled, but equally so, a good decision that will be made. Who comes to the place where it's in Labrador is not just a district or a county, but that all Labradorians in general will benefit from the good decision you made for us. For our twine, I want to say congratulations in advance. I follow your activities in Neymar. A working with presence, but like one of the questions I think Maga asked the young people in terms of the relationship or the engagement with you, but I know all of a generation problems that people will say, oh, the other men can't do it because of certain circumstances. But indeed, I want to say you must have the quality of raising these concerns. Please get to there and see how better young people can work along with you to see how to get a better NIMA. So for me, from the angles of Joseph Biden, the rescue team, I want to say congratulations in advance. Our preferred candidate, it possible be that I will come to NIMA and campaign for Yantua to be the next senator and NIMA candidate. Congratulations.
But you stay beyond, make it you go.
All right. Yes. More calls this morning. Yes. Go ahead.
This one. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead.
My name is Daniel Brown.
Okay.
Yeah, you look at it in the matter of where we are in now with the MDR. So what I want to have with the people. So we're supporting Antoine. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. This one. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Maka and Oni Rawa. How are you doing this morning?
We are great. Go ahead.
I'm Joseph Fremont. I join you from the Brother end this morning. How are you doing this morning? Thank you. Let me appreciate it so much. You know, people doubting that the Unity Party does not have candidate in Nimba. Once the MDRO does not get it, the CPP does not get it, that's it. They're ready with Nyantua indirectly and directly whatsoever you think on. You know, I want to ask the brother one or two questions. You know, always people come into the politics or in the space of politics, say, oh, for the people. From day one, everybody think for the people. The country now is about almost 176 now. Everybody say for the people. I will do health. I will make sure education. The children will not sit on the doors from time to time. So what can you convince us, or how can you convince us that you will make the difference more than what? More than the other guys are there, because everybody said they're sitting for the people. I'm going for the people.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, the poor life still remain the same. So,
all right, thank you. You answered that question.
Yes, let's take two more calls, then we'll go. Yes, we have to go. This is the True Breakfast Show. Yes, go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Where are you?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Derek Abu, calling from Police Academy, City of Lima County. Thank you for the celebration this morning. We were you through or just try. We are here minutes to care about to go for you.
Voting in my always go
to make it leave them already.
Oh, they may always go to the matter vote. Okay. Good morning, Sanara.
Good morning, Marcus, and good morning to O'Neill, and good morning to the great people of Liberia, especially Pinsio. Marcus, there's the voice of Samuel Sankara Johnson. I speak to you from a Pinsio resident. Look, Marcus, I think it is no doubt that the True Breakfast Show is the premier listening to show in the morning. But let me say this, and let me congratulate in advance Nyantua, for whom some of us have followed over the period of time. Look, Marcus, all of us that have committed ourselves to the quest of the redemption of our people, we think that the paradigm of the politics of Nima and Liberia allows needs to change. And people like Yanto who comes with extreme knowledge in governance, who got the potential, who got the ability, people who have been tested toward the period of time in terms of their administrative role they have played in the governance system of our country. We think that this kind of an individual must be given the opportunity to ensure that they can get at the level of the legislature to enact formidable laws and repeal laws that will be in conformity with our present day reality. So we can say to you, Nyatwa, with some of us who got interest in good governance, we think that we can be able to talk to many of our people while the streets of us are not voted of Nima County. But we think that the young people of Nima and the presidents of Nima this morning, they are moved by your expression and your agenda for a united Nima County and a large Republic of Liberia. Thank you very much and thanks for the opportunity and wish you success in your endeavors.
Samuel Sankara Johnson.
Yes, the talk we listen 14 minutes down 9 o'clock. Let's go back to our guests. Thanks so much for your patience. On you listen out to the callers.
Yeah, let me thank everyone who participated. Those are positive comments coming from you. However, I would just like to clarify Honorable Koti's comment. Honorable Koti, what I don't like is to speculate. Our political godfather has not done said anything to suggest that he's supporting another person. I clarified from the beginning that he's leader of the county and has the leverage and that freedom to speak and meet with all of the sons and daughters of Nimba. And being a clergyman as well, he can pray for anybody who wants prayer from him, as he indicated. And so at the appropriate time, I want to keep dwelling on the positive aspect that at some point in time, announcement will be made that will clear the air. And the question from someone that, what sets me apart from the rest of the people, what says that I would do those things, that we usually promise as politicians. When you and my brother there, let me tell you what brought me to this whole thing. Many times, you sit in your beautiful living room, watch CNN, watch your beautiful Saturday football game, and you refuse to come down to the people and know what they are going through. And then when people who labor along with them get elected, we see them criticize, the elected is, Ratty, the elected is this. This time around, we have to come down and work our way up. And that is the reason why we established the Adjoa Junior Foundation. The establishment of that foundation 3.5 years ago, that it's been so successful in the county, to the extent whereby I can now guarantee you that whatever I've been investing in my foundation for the last 3 years, it gives you that impression that when I take over, definitely I will only double up my efforts. It's something that I did from a philanthropic initiative. And later on, let me admit, when I started saying, the glamour of your people, being with your people, the serenity of the places that we go, villages that we sleep in, and then we started turning into the political aspect a little bit. So my work under the Adjoa Junior Foundation, my contribution to the country continuously, it tells you that, when I am having the authority as senator to do bigger things with their own resources, by the way, definitely there will be no holding back but to improve the lives of our people. And there are many members of the caucus right now. And I told 5 members of the caucus that I met at the program. And this is interesting. When they were breaking ground in District 8, Kawi, my home district, on our Seaman, a very big town hall guest house project. And in that meeting, there were Representative Nekeke, Jan Flomo, Ernest Marcio, Honorable Musa Ability, and then the Seaman himself. And then when it came my turn to speak, I told the crowd, the reason why you see them friendly right now, and the caucus is moving smoothly, and they are all working, for and supporting each other. In fact, they have come up with an unwritten MOU that they will all support each other project in a different county, in a different district. I told them that every one of these guys have a second life. What does that mean? None of them depending on their salary as representing the poor on their children's table. None of them depending on representative position to buy a car to drive somewhere. They all have a career, they all have a second life. And so that is part of the attribute that I'm also going to add to that thing. So when we get there will be no reason why we shouldn't do for our people. I know those who have more always want more, that's true. But sometimes those who have more and have a good heart also do more for others. So that is the spirit we are carrying to the left.
Like the Yah River Bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, that one, but that's one of the districts that is being heavily developed by his representative, as evidenced by all of the things that he's doing. It's just wonderful. But I will leave it to the citizens themselves one day. Maybe with the dedication of that bridge, maybe they will outline some of the very interventions that are even publicized. And vulnerability, I mean, it's just it's a wonder.
I hope you'll be there because maybe Odi and I will be there too.
Yeah.
I will be there. I mean, I will be there. I will definitely be there.
It'll be my first black time in Nimba County, in fact. It's sad to say.
With all of the height of a cancer, you have not tasted cancer.
I mean, I've tried very hard to carry this young man to my home, and he still kept taking,
There is something fundamentally, socially, you have to get to cancer. The city that never sleeps.
I think don't children and how to do it.
All right, great. So as we try to close up in terms of non-violent message, you care to preach them out because it's very important for our election. No to violence as we go to the process in 19 days from now in Nimba County, the by-election.
We keep cautioning, our people. I'm a very tolerant guy. My political background, people can criticize me. You see anything, I tell my team, you have to keep it calm. If you show anguish and anger, you are a lesser man. You are a stronger man when you can absorb things, and swallow it and walk away. So my team has not, been involved into any altercation, and that's why I encourage them always to do so. In fact, when I'm in a town and then there are other supporters of other people there, and then there's street arguments among them, I try to cut it off. Tune your voice down. Improve your argument. Make more sense to your opponent and just shouting. So to all my people from Nimba that are listening to me, the same message I preach to you last year is the same message I have for you. There is no need for you to kill yourself for Nyatoy. I beg you. Anybody people on your attention, Nyatoy, that, then you will vote for me. Say having your other Kennedy, you vote for me to be a senator. Whatever happens, say then I go with it. I don't want any argument leading to fighting, violence, and people taking color from each other. No. I want it to be peaceful, and Nimbans have demonstrated their willingness to do so, and I know they will do that. And I urge other candidates, and historically there are indications that some of them have been in scrimmages of violence in past electoral activities. We'll question them that you are running against different and new crop of people. Behave and tell your people to behave, and let's keep it civil.
Okay, so we hope to run another interview maybe 3 or 4 days to the election. Any final word you want to say? Maybe something we have not touched.
Yeah, I just want to say that as of now we enjoying the confidence of our people. Our tour, the momentum is there. We cannot disclose anything, but we have re-engineered our strategy about how we reach out to our people, and that's why you are not seeing many speeches from us on the campaign trail, because we give away too much when we do so. And this election is a by-election with it. It's critical. You have to be very technical about it. It is not about pulling 2,000 people in Kanta and standing over the crowd and scream and yell. We will do that once in a while, but the dynamic is completely different right now about how we're rallying our people and imbuing into them that so that the level of voter apathy would be reduced. Because usually in by-election, especially when you're just coming from a long, exhausting year long of general election, people are like, hey, man, we're going for it again. So rallying our people is important, and that's what we are strategically doing. And we are just happy that people like you, the focus, over you, nobody will know what we're doing. Over you, nobody will know what we want to do. And that you can give us this kind of platform. And we just pray that, that you guys do it on our positive
The day you officially launching the campaign, maybe we'll come around.
Well, it's too late because I don't think you want to be here on Saturday.
Okay. Oh, Saturday. Okay, I'll see you. Okay, yeah.
My own district of Punadin. But guess what? The biggest, and if approved by NEC now, the biggest gathering of Nimbayan will take place on the 20th of April.
On Saturday.
Yeah, it will be Saturday on April 20th. Okay. That's what we have given to NEC to be our day to close. Okay. And when that is approved, we'll publicize it. And we got many organizations, friends and family, rescue missionaries who are all across this country. They want to troop in on that day just to give us support to the incoming rescue senator in my county.
And where do you intend to do that?
That will be in Uganda, obviously.
Okay.
So we're going to do one more interview of you on the 19th before that big launch on the 20th.
Okay, so that means I've been in a region.
Oh, yeah, sure. You can call in anytime, but at least a longer one, you know, to watch the program.
Yeah. I will usually be in places I will not have coverage for the next couple of weeks. So
okay. Yeah, sure.
All right. Thank you guys.
All right.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Great. Yes, the voice of senatorial candidate beyond the Twine.
Twine.
Twine, no?
Is it Twine? It means Twine. Twine. It means name finish.
What?
Name finish.
Name finish.
Yes.
Twine.
Twine.
That minor, eh?
Yeah, that's minor. Twine.
See, I try more. Twine.
Is that talking to your nose? Is it Twine?
Twine. I see Naomi laughing on the other end. Yes, this is the TBL. Let's see, we'll go for a break. We'll come back. Yes, we still have one or two things to talk about. There's 40,000 civil servants to be removed from the payroll. We'll talk about it. Yes, this is the breakfast show in the midst of all I will do country first. 90 days to the by-elections in that of Nimba County senatorial by-election. Then in Grangie, there is some representative by-election. So by tomorrow, we hope to be reading out the full listing. I understand the National Elections Commission is having a town house meeting on the 6th of April on Saturday. Yes, in Grangie, there in that of Nimba County. Let's bring you sports right here on the True Breakfast Show. 96.1 The Heart and Soul of Liberia. Thursday morning on New Rebels Maka Davis. In the midst of all country fights. Yeah, so Naomi is here to link up with the Word of Sports this morning right here on the TBS. Let's link up and say good morning to you, Naomi.
In other results, arranged of finalists Invincible 11 and FC Canon settled for a 1-0 draw at the ATS, while Pacers FC bowed to Mighty Barrow 2-3 at the SKB Sports Complex Baptist Stage. Global Farmer proved supremacy over having 11 3-2 at the D12 Stadium to make progress in the league law. The Nigeria Basketball Leagues continue this Thursday in exciting fixtures in all divisions of the leagues with vicious shootouts. And Cardinals set to open the day's
news media or yellow journalists that we don't have a powerful support base is false and misleading. People want to have, people want to benefit from the resources. People want to have a fair share of the resources. People want to have a say in who governs them in the counties. Instead of appointing in Monrovia and imposing leaders over the people, they want to elect their own people who will account and answer to them. It is only in Liberia the president wants to have solid control over the people, so they therefore.
The season on an impressive note. On Friday, Born Eagles will take on Georgia Warriors at 4 p.m. in the first match, followed by Commissioners and Desert Knights game in the female version of the league at 5 p.m. Buttonsack Commissioners and FPRC others will climax Friday's basketball activities in the first division category of the league at the same venue. The leadership of the Liberia Kickball Federation has suspended the leagues with immediate effect in support of the government of Liberia programs. According to a release from the Liberia Kickball Federation, the National County Sports Meet is expected to kick off on Sunday, April 14, 2014. Therefore, the FKF acted to support the government by allowing players and technicians to move to their different venues. The release added that the leagues will resume May 9, 2024. While the Liberia Kickball Federation encouraged its players and technicians to remain disciplined and respectful as they go to the National County Sports Meet. Meanwhile, the Liberia Kickball Federation has lifted the suspension of referee Delano Mama, who goes by the name Kobo. The Federation encouraged Delano Mama, arguably the best referee in the Liberia Kickball Federation leagues, to do his best as he goes back to the page. The Cameroonian Football Federation has expressed its great astonishment at the country's sports minister, Princess Margaret, after nuclear push of the indomitable lineup.
News media or yellow journalists that we don't have a powerful support base is false and misleading. People want to benefit from their resources. People want to have a fair share of the resources. People want to have a say in who governs them in the counties. Instead of appointing in Monrovia and imposing leaders over the people, they want to elect their own people who will account and answer to them. It is only in Liberia the president wants to have solid control over the people, so they therefore.
As been president of the top group since December 2021. He is currently being investigated by the Commission of Basketball for alleged sexual conduct. And founded 4,000 struck as Chinese conflict as Winchester City continues with the pressure to be counted level as much as overfilled with the amazing international data application. In their absence, Fulham produced master plans to take his talent from one place to this city, but it was working too strong for City after 11 years of the sweat through Bradley British cost at the year closed. Peter was vigorous on the break and through 9 minutes later, when John Dillon did Stefan Petita with the good finish after a break of change with Morgan Rogers. It was then that Fulham took time to see its lead and will ultimately when the stroke of half-time, although Fulham's additional cleared his path upon the back in the wall. That's what
Yes, many thanks to Naomi Tapia for sports right here on the True Breakfast Show on Truth 96.1. The heart and soul of Liberia, 27 minutes until 10 o'clock. Orange Liberia, the biggest GSM company. Get a free router when you purchase the data pack for 5 Mbp to 30 megabytes. Our router usually goes for $109, but Orange have a massive promotion. Instead of you paying the $109, you can now pay just $75 for the Orange router. Yes, I'm pinning up my connection. Yes, it's a big promo running with Orange. The $109 router is now being sold for just $75. So start by at end of the Orange various shopping centers, the head office, the capital bypass, that of the Cinco area, and get the router. Used to be on sale for um, $109. Yes, it's now been sold for $75. This is a massive promotion from Orange Liberians. Yes, Orange Morning is giving free 2 minutes to all of its subscribers. Those of you use the Orange Money is giving free minutes to all of its subscribers. You can dial star 144 star 52 hash and enter your PIN, and with no charge, get in touch with your loved ones. Once you are using the Orange Money, they get free 2 minutes. Sometimes you want to make a quick emergency call. You're out of credit, just dial star 144 star 52 hash and enter your PIN. Immediately you get the 2 minutes. Yes, like the police will say, the fast nickel, then the slow down. Yeah, you want to make this emergency call quick. Yes, no credit at all. Once you are using the Orange Money, you can dial star 144 star 52 hash. Boom, and put in your PIN, and you get that 2 minutes. Dial and call for free. Orange Money is so good to enjoy. This is the TBS. Let's go for this short break. We'll come back. We'll look at this civil 7 removal, 40,000 stands to be removed from the payroll. It's something big coming up right here on the TBS. Let's go for this break. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Another football man.
Chima, yes. Since when you started liking football business?
Oh, I always go over here. If I'm missing that number now, this player just has scoring nine times.
My 7 playing to score more goals too. I've been playing since then.
Be a football czar. Score goals with your fingers by activating any orange service in the Football Czar campaign. There are 200 daily winners of 1.5 gigabytes of data, 101 weekly winners of a 50-inch TV, 125 kg bags of rice, 32 monthly winners of 1 keke, 1 motorbike, and 30 smartphones, and a grand raffle draw of a brand new vehicle. To check your goals and for more information about the services to activate, dial star 009 hash. For more information, call us on 111 free of charge.
Brings you closer to what matters. Orange.
Raptor, fast-speed internet, and forever data pack. I have no excuse to not get one router in my house. Yeah, let me run down the portal for me and the family.
Get your home internet router from any Orange store or POS around the country and enjoy affordable data packs that start from $9 for 10 gigabytes valid 30 days to $59 for 125 gigabytes valid 30 days. There's a pack for everyone. Enjoy using the fastest speed internet.
Brings you closer to what matters. Orange.
Okay, yeah, sorry for the terrible feedback. Welcome back to the True Breakfast Show on Truth FM 96.1. So we have about 26 more minutes left for us on the TBS this morning, and we intend to do our listeners, justice by going through what we announced within our lineup. All right, and as part of our discussion, we said disenchantment within the Unity Party. I remember Maka.
Yeah.
As party coordinators, as district coordinators, have plenty of protests within the Unity Party. And we'll also talk about 40,000 civil servants to be removed from the payroll. Yes. For this, President Joseph Boyka urgent call to government hospital. Maybe we'll do that on tomorrow because of time. But the civil servant will be our last on our plate this morning. Let's look at few Unity partisans. For the record's sake, reach out. In fact, on Wednesday, on Tuesday, with some dissatisfaction what is happening within the Unity Party. This enchantment within the Unity Party. Like we had this Enchanted edition. I mean, there was something big all along the 6 years. Yeah. This Enchanted of the party. And then Mobile Model name was ringing back and forth throughout the media. So some district coordinators, you remember that Monserrato have 17 coordinators in Monserrato. Then for the entire country, we have 73 district coordinators. These were the foot soldiers. And I asked one of them, I said, why is it you have reached out, to Truth FM to have this message? And one of them said, we believe when you push this, I said, what I'm pushing now? He said, yes. President Joseph Boakai will get the message. Since we have tried, and no one is listening to us. So this Enchanted Unity partisans having a meeting. As a matter of fact, there is a chat room already, a well-organized chat room of district coordinators within the Unity Party. And this is not a chat room leak. Let me just say it for the professional sake. You know, your Truth FM, we don't play recordings, we don't go into people's chat rooms and things, but these are things people who have reached out to us. So they said they're planning on planned protests. And I asked, why is it you want to protest within your own government? This is your government, and we'll be thinking about protests. We'll be thinking about maybe the protests coming from the opposition bloc. But within, and I guess you, since Joseph Boakai got appointed, 1 month ago, there was a protest at his home. Yeah. Yes, remember that late evening night, right? But I said, why is it you want to protest within your own government? This is your government, man. Why protest? They said, no. There will be no monkey work, baboon draw. No reward in heaven for politics. If I supported you, my reward is right here on earth. There are appointments that we are not aware of. I start to listen. We made several recommendations, and all of our recommendations were all turned down in terms of appointments and nomination and appointment. I just want you to listen. You come in. I know you always come with a professional. That's why I want lawyers so I can enjoy what you set the pace and you make them professionally. Yes. There were no recommendation taken from us in terms of nomination and appointment. The parties told us this is going to be a collective effort with we, the district coordinators. There was this lead campaigner called the Rescue Missionary. How many of you remember this name? The Rescue Missionary. Although they had the rescue train, the main campaign team was called what? The Rescue Missionary. You know, people listening and say, what's happening? The Rescue Missionary. There have been no single appointment that have come from the Rescue Missionary. Even though they do have qualified people.
It was an auxiliary, right?
Yes. One of the major auxiliary, the Rescue Missionary. They do have qualified individuals in high numbers. There have been no single appointments within the Rescue Missionary. Of the 17 coordinators in Monserrato County, not a single person has been appointed. I'm listening to the guys, though. This is not for your chat room, though, but you have reached out and we turn to say, because I don't want you to protest. People listen and say, why O'Neal and Boakai will be saying it to the public? We don't want you people to protest. Maybe y'all can solve the thing after this broadcast for the next 10, 15 minutes. Y'all settle in hard, but we want you to take it to the street, man. You know, you can be within and you're protesting, you know. The 17 coordinators, not a single appointment have come from the 17 coordinators. Of the 73 district coordinators across the country, not a single appointment. Then I asked the guy, but who are those being appointed now? He said, well, take for example, Lavia Gu. That example the minister gave. Lavia Gu was recalled as Assistant Minister of Justice. You see it? So I say, if Lavia Gu qualification, do you have someone as coordinator qualified? He said, more than qualified. Don't tell me the other 3 coordinators. Then I asked a sensitive question before you come in. Was there a promise? You know, we journalists always digging the people's mouth. Was there a promise, a specific promise that The party told you that when we win this election, this is how we're going to govern together. And the guy said yes. I said, what is the promise? He said, the promise district coordinators that all local appointment in government. You're listening to this one. Those are all part of that meeting. You call your name, but I don't want to make mention. I want you to settle this. I want to see these people protesting. All local government appointment will come from our district coordinators. That was the promise they made. Promise the district coordinator appointment was going to come directly from the local government. And he stopped right there. Yes. So what is happening? There is a planned protest from the rescue missionary. And I said, where will the protest be? To say at the home of the president. And I said, no, this will be so embarrassing. And he said, well, you're always saying country first, country first. Maybe we can talk this, and the party will call you. You know, I mean, there are still other position vacancies still there you can fill in. But he said, what about the promise they made to us that local appointment will come from the 73 district? We made Joseph Boyka president. We campaign throughout the land and breadth of this country. Yes.
Well, again, I don't know what I should say. Political promises. Again, people join political party because they believe in the ideology and vision of the party. And once you work together, it means that you have loyalty to the party, and if that party is fortunate to be elected into government, it means that the same ideology that you have of parties, and you are going to push the agenda of the government to succeed because it is your party, and you wish the best for your party. A lot of time, politicians, but you see, campaign time, political promises, sometimes it is done to but it's good to keep promise anyway. But sometimes all of these promises cannot be kept, which is sometimes not good. Again, I want to say, if the party or the standard bearer at the time, now the president, made a promise to some of the leaders in the party, because these district coordinators were the one managing the party affairs in the districts. So I think it means that you saw leadership in them. For a person to lead the party in a district, it means that person has some leadership ability. So if you are making appointment at a local government level, it is important that you consider them, because they already are loyal to the party and they will be loyal to the government. They will ensure the government succeed on its agenda. Again, I don't know whether all of the appointments have been done. We still, that some people believe that, well, that's why sometimes you don't see me coming hard on criticizing some things, because I believe that this government is not 100% formed yet. Okay, so again, like O'Neil said, I myself too don't want to see people protesting. You know, in Nimba would say, you can go dress the devil nicely, bring it, come perform, and then you can't undress the devil in the public. So this is the case now with you. You are the district coordinator. Some of you are full member of the party. At the end of the day, your government has not gone 3 months, then you start to protest against your own government. Well, I think it is important that you guys dialogue with the party leadership. I know the chairman of the party, Dr. Luther Tabe, is someone who listens to people. I think you can have some dialogue about this thing. But early protest, it will be a slap in your own face.
Protest within.
Yes. Protest against yourself will be shooting yourself in the leg. So I think we believe that well, there should be dialogue. However, it is your party. If you want to bring your party to the public, it is your choice also. Then the party leadership will start to test your loyalty to the party. However, I believe that the politicians say the reward for politics is not in heaven, it is on earth here. So if you think there's a need to accommodate these people in the government so that they can transfer that party loyalty to the government, I think they will help to push your agenda to succeed. Again, I've said before, even before campaign time, that when people are joining political party, not everyone who is a member of the party will get job in government. Okay, will get job in government.
Was there a promise?
Well, if there was a promise,
there was a promise.
They said there was a promise.
There was a promise.
Then the president should keep the promise.
Yeah.
If there was a promise, then the president should keep the promise.
It's a promise.
Again, like I said, generally, not everybody who is a member of the political party will get appointment in government. You see, Mama Molu remain chairman of the Coalition for Democratic Change until the 6 year over. You understand?
Party chair.
Yes.
Okay.
Mama Molu remain chairman of the Coalition for Democratic Change until the end of that tenure. So he didn't go running behind the president saying, no, I want to be maritime boss. I want to be NPA boss. You understand? So again, if the president made that promise, let the president keep the promise. But
so
protest, well,
it's not a good one,
especially from within. I mean, I don't think it's fruitful.
That the rescue missionary and the JMB tag team.
Okay.
The tag team and the rescue missionary.
Okay.
Yeah.
So again, as you are touching all sectors with even you have gone outside of your own political party, Mr. President. I'm talking to you now. You are even going outside of your own political party to appoint other people, people who nobody saw during the campaign and stuff. They are taking positions, which is good, because we should not give Liberian job because they were part of your party. No. That is good. I appreciate that one. But again, these are your own. These are people who will help to push your vision. So you cannot leave them out. Give them opportunity to work for their country.
Yeah,
but want to contribute to national development. Yes, that's all I can say so far.
So let's start with fast. So, general guys who want to appeal to you, don't protest. As we make this public outcry at least for 6-7 minutes.
That only begging you or me, I think giving you the right thing you're supposed to do. You think protesting is the best thing for your party and your government?
Yeah,
I think the best thing you can do is to sit with the chairman and other leaders of the party to discuss issues.
So the chairman listening.
You can say you discuss issue heart to heart. Yeah,
heart to heart.
Heart to heart. Yeah, discuss heart to heart.
Well, protests. I really like protests. Anyway, yeah. So you're solving. But let's move on to the big one. This concerns all individuals. I mean, whether you are from political party or not. This information got, released to the public on yesterday. Civil servants have been so angry during the turning of the time of the CDC governor, right? When the Bobosteros, the old used grammars, the former finance minister, Samuel Toy, talk about harmonization. When that word, was mentioned of D2, that civil servant salary will be harmonized. Many people didn't go down well with them. Then on yesterday we saw the CSA.
Yeah, give me 2 minutes.
Yeah, you read it.
Yes.
The CSA released that 40K. That's what no one talking about. Yeah, 40,000.
And then we have said over the time, let's have a vibrant private sector. Government cannot give everybody a job in this country. Yeah. What do you continue?
Yeah. 40,000 will be removed from what? The payroll. And let me just say this before Maka go to the CSA release, right? Look, the Unity Party is not everything you do, you bring it to the social media. It's not everything you do, you bring it to the social media. I mean, let's focus. It will make Joseph Boyka achieve. We are a member of the Fourth Estate. It's not that we're bad morphing government. One day you're listening to us who say, well, this guy speaks like opposition. No, the next day you're lashing at opposition. We just want a better Liberia. It's like 2 days ago, everybody was laughing at Eugene Fagon, right? Where you're putting a small light bulb, he said, my work will speak for me. So they say the change of 150 light bulb now is that achievement and stuff like that. It's not everything you do, you bring it to the social media. Let's go to the CSA.
Yeah, so this is what they said is Civil Service Agency lifts the freeze on the right replacement at the feet of over 40,000 civil servants hangs in a balance. Now, it said as the Civil Service Agency continue to scrutinize and clean up the payroll of the government or of government employees, the fate of 40,000 civil servants is said to be hanging in the balance. Their statuses are said to not have been regularized from 2019 to 2023, and the proper processing of the personnel action notices has not been adhered to. According to a circular issued by the CSA's Director General Josiah Jokai Jr., the CSA has requested all heads of government spending entities to ensure that employees who were added to the payroll during the period of July 2019 to December 2023 and whose status has not been regularized by the Civil Service Agency to work with their respective human resource directors to proceed to the Civil Service Agency and have their personal action notices properly processed within a grace period of 90 days beginning April 2 to June 30, 2024. The CSA strongly warns that all human resource directors of spending entities concerned are to take due note and provide the required documentation to prevent employees affected by this situation from being deleted from the government payroll. So if the removal will be triggered by certain actions that will not be taken. If certain actions are not taken, then we'll reach that level. Meanwhile, in another circular issued by the CSA director on the same day, April 1, announced the lifting of the freeze on direct replacement. The Director General said, as you may recall, on 16 February 2024, the Civil Service Agency, under the Director of Alfred Drosey, then officer in charge, in collaboration with the Ministry of Finance, placed a temporary freeze on select human resource operations. It said this measure was necessary to maintain other in-house spending entities move staff around, especially when most entities were yet controlled by officers in charge. Well, so this is how far I can read.
Yeah, so we don't have the luxury of time. So this comes down to my mind: the first in, last out. First in, last out. So beginning July of last year, those of you who have fully employed from last year, July, that means these are the people who are trying to clear it out. So let's hope tomorrow morning we'll have more time on this one. But this is going to affect about 40,000. And in further extension, remember, the Minister of Finance have halted 17 controller. Okay, the period is now going to capture over 17 controllers across government institutions. So let's hope tomorrow we can have time on this, Maka, to look at the civil servant thing. The finance ministry is halting 17 controller salaries and thing. It's something important.
Yes, we'll place emphasis on the
yes tomorrow. On tomorrow.
Yes, because
and let's say this to our listeners and to our government officials. Some of you don't listen the way you digest our information and send it. If you listen to our start of broadcast, you should be so excited. You should be happy for the way, I mean, we do the show. You know, we're here, we're in opposition, and you call it so. We're also here to help the government. And the government is proceeding the wrong way, we tell the government. We tell, look, the president, Joseph Boakai, is our president. Boakai is not president for Unity Party. Joseph Boakai is president for Liberia. Most of you are forgetting about this. You wouldn't see the man like, look, campaign period now over. You see the man as just, he's president for your party. He's our president. And now the 100 days is just around. Have he achieved it? I mean, these are things we're going to flag about the cabinet meeting, but you know that you get picture of this thing. Have taken the whole Facebook and thing. But tomorrow we're going to take time and look at the importance of the cabinet meeting. The last retreat job we had in Grand Bassa. I mean, there were a lot of lashes that came out from Grand Bassa. I remember Ellen Johnson's first cabinet meeting. I had
that was the time people started raising issues about how certain people were not doing this, were not doing that. From the beginning, they didn't say, "Oh,
yes, sir." So we get like everybody to speak their mind during our cabinet meeting. So this one, the issue of assets declaration was a concern. The president reminded the fourth cabinet meeting, His Excellency, if like bro want to take business as not as usual, your ministers, your directors, they should not sit in that meeting once they are not declared an asset. Just send a memo. If you are not declared an asset, please don't come for the cabinet meeting. You'll see. I mean, if you have zero balance, let us know. Say you have zero balance. You go in government with. It's not something bad. So tomorrow when you are leaving, they will know. Say, yeah, this is how you came in, and you're going out like this. Yeah, Maka, we gotta go, man.
Yes, we gotta go. So as we take leave of you again, thanks to all of you for following us this morning. Let me re-echo our birthday greetings to Mrs. Nancy Moi, the wife of Senator Moi. Happy birthday to you. To have yourself a wonderful time. You know, you are playing key role in the country too. I mean, your family is playing a key role in the country, providing leadership for the people of Bon County and Liberia at large. And you are the backbone. Every strong man, or successful man.
There's a strong
woman. So thank you for all you do for the senator, for the family and for the people of Liberia. May God bless you. And happy pre-birthday to Coretta Mata. She's celebrating on tomorrow. Do have yourself a wonderful time. And on you, says Coretta says, I should invite you to pass through tomorrow. Yes.
Tomorrow.
We'll try. We'll just pass through. It's just right.
Okay.
Yes.
You don't know it all.
we will just pass through.
We'll pass through.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. This I'll go home on the breakfast show. This one has been wonderful serving you breakfast again, please. These things we have made true on the public is for our national interests. Whether you digest it well or not, it's good to help our country. This is the oldest country in Africa. Yes, a better Liberia, a peaceful country. Say no to violence in Grenjide. Say no to violence in Grenjide. I'm repeating. Say no to violence as you go for your by-election in Grenjide on the 23rd of April. No to violence in Nimba County as well. Yes, thank you. On behalf of the entire team, Maka Davis, my name is O'Neil Roberts. We'll be back on tomorrow morning. In the midst of all, next Tuesday, we're going to have the Minister of Education. Okay. Yes, and that of the Monrovia City Mayor all lined up for next week. Okay. Yes, thank you so much. Liberia's biggest breakfast show. We'll be back on tomorrow. O'Neil Maka saying, have a blessed day. Bye-bye.